It's not diabetes. Hey guys, it's Andy with Mindset Matter. Whoa, with Mindset Matters More. Let's talk about it. Today's just a little bit of a life update, and it's exciting, but yet it's real. So I talked to you guys a while ago about how I was feeling like shit with my health, and I am a strong advocate for people to take their own health into their own hands, whether it's finding somebody who's a holistic healer, somebody who or just getting your labs on your own because your doctor refuses to do them, whatever that looks like. So, I personally, I get my labs done myself. I basically know what to do, know which ones to get. And one thing led to another. And I was like, I'm seeing all these things happening in me. Like, I just fucking hope that, to me, signs pointed to diabetes. But after talking to people with diabetes, I'm like, yeah, I don't have diabetes. All my labs prove that. Awesome. But something fucking came up. Yep. So I'm still trying to piece it together, but I've always been vitamin D deficient. And I stopped taking it, trying to see whether I was still vitamin D deficient. Turns out I'm still vitamin D deficient. But on top of that, there's something going on with my iron. And it's not low iron, it's too much iron. Like, who'd have thought that was fucking possible? Like, you always hear about iron deficiencies. And so I'm having some more follow-up tests being done and going to see my primary care and gonna come up with a plan. But I'm also gonna see somebody holistic because, you know, honestly, and this isn't like a knock on medicine. Okay, I believe in medicine that it can help, that it can alleviate symptoms, but I do believe that there is a an element of like there is no cure that people are willing to do because it's just not cost effective, right? Like people don't want to sell you a cure because then you're cured and then they don't make no more money. That's just my own little belief, but I do believe that, there are natural remedies for a lot of the things that happen to us. So I'm going to explore that first before I do traditional, I don't know, just regular medicine that we know of. And that's not to say that I'm not going to consult with my doctor. That's not to say that I'm not going, but I'm going to explore all sides of it rather than just surrendering to what I'm led to believe is the answer. And this is really hard for me to talk about if you can't tell me like tripping all over my words here because, I don't really tell people these things about myself. Like, as somebody who has had asthma my entire life, like I realize the benefits of actually exercising your lungs in a very controlled way. And my asthma used to be crazy. Like I would get asthma at least once or twice a month, at least. And I haven't had an asthma attack since like I had COVID, which was maybe last year, the year before. Like, it's like I don't get my asthma attacks like I used to just for no reason. Now, that's not to say that, my inhaler didn't save my ass. That's not to say that there wasn't a natural way that I could have probably overcome it. But, you know, I'm also like, hey, I don't want to fucking deal with, natural remedies because they kind of take longer to take effect. I'm just like, I need a fix now, and then I'll supplement it with more natural ways later. And that's what I do. The acute stuff I deal with regular medicine, but for long-term healthcare, I try to do stuff more naturally. Like it's really hard for me to even take ibuprofen. Like I just don't take pills. And that coming from a fucking bodybuilder. So here, let me tell you a little story about how crazy this was getting. So when I was doing bodybuilding, it was always like, hey, you need to take this supplement, this other supplement, you need probiotics, prebiotics, you need to take my vitamin D, I gotta take my allergy pill, I gotta take iron, I gotta take vitamin C, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And so I was taking all like at the end of it, I was taking upwards of 20 pills a day. And I was like, this is fucking crazy. This is absolutely fucking crazy because you gotta support your thyroid, support your liver, support the this, support the that. And I was like, this is like fucking wild. Absolutely getting out of control. And so I like stopped everything. And I was like, okay, I need to figure out exactly what is happening with my body. What do I actually need? And see if I can't address things naturally because when you're doing something like bodybuilding or extreme sports or even trying to do a sport professionally, your body goes through a lot. And so supplements are needed in that context. But yeah, no, that for me, that was just not the way that I wanted to handle it. And turns out I feel like shit without taking at least some supplements. So we're going to start growing my regimen, my protocol again, one by one. And I've started my vitamin D already because I do know that that has always been like that. And we're going to see what comes next. And instead of just kind of winging it, I'm really going to start to look into what my labs are telling me, what my body's telling me, how I'm feeling, and really tune into that versus just like, oh, everybody needs to take this, so I'm gonna take it. I'm really gonna start tuning in to, what the data says, but also how I feel. And with that, that's my life update, guys. Another sort of sales pitch to really take care of your health the way that you see fit. And you know what? Maybe traditional medicine is the way to go for you, and you're okay with that. Wonderful. It has its benefits. But, if you are interested in holistic alternative methods, those are a possibility for you too. Something more natural, something that might offer you a solution to the root cause versus just throwing a band-aid on it. So that's my spiel for you guys today. I am having a wonderful day today, and I just wanted to share my life update with you. Let me know, have you guys ever had any health scares that you have resolved naturally? Or did you get a cure from traditional medicine? Shoot me an email. It's in the link. Also, my YouTube is in the links for this episode. I love you guys. Bye.